Hi, Marcus. I'm really glad you came in today. My name is Bella Venturette, and I will be your crisis counselor. Before we get started, I want to go over confidentiality with you. What we talk about here stays private unless there's concern about safety, like if you're thinking about hurting yourself or someone else. In that case, I may need to get additional support to keep you safe. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that makes sense.
What brought you in today?
Um, Honestly, I didn't want to come today, or I didn't plan on coming here at all. But my sister kept pushing me to, and here I am.
Well, I'm really glad you showed up. That takes effort, especially when things feel heavy. What's been going on?
So I didn't get this job that I applied for, and I got into it with my sister, and you know, then the argument happened, and got, everything just spiraled from there.
So you're already dealing with the disappointment of not getting the job, and then that argument made it feel even heavier.
hmm Yeah, it just felt like it all just hit at once.
When those thoughts come up, do they ever get so intense that you think about hurting yourself or not wanting to be here?
Um, yeah, I don't feel like it, yeah, I don't feel like I don't plan on hurting myself or anything, but it feels like that it just wouldn't matter if I wasn't here.
Well, I'm really glad you told me that. And so I just wanted to check in with you. When things start to feel that overwhelming, what's usually going around that time? Is it mostly connected to what you mentioned earlier,
hmm
like the job situation, things with your sister, or just in civilian life?
Yeah, it's all of that. I mean, the job thing really got to me, and I needed when I didn't get it, and it just feels like proof that I'm not doing it enough, or not doing enough at all. Um, then my sister just started saying I need to try harder, and it just completely set me off. And then as far as the civilian thing, it's just like I don't have a place to fit, and it just feels like I don't really know where I belong.
So it sounds like a few things came together: the job rejection, the argument with your sister, and the adjustment to civilian life all building up at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's slow that down for a second. Can you walk me through what happened first?
Um, so, um, so I got the email about the job, and I opened it and I didn't get the job.
So the job rejection was the first thing that happened.
Yeah, and yeah, pretty much. And my sister got home from work, from what I remember, and um, she asked me how the interview went, and I told her everything, and she said I'm not trying hard enough, and that just really set me off. And she said I'm just being picky and everything, and it just, uh, it didn't spiral from there.
So first came the rejection, then the conversation with your sister, and that combination really just put the stress higher.
Yeah, pretty much, and that's when it really spiraled.
When you saw that rejection email, what was the very first thought that came to your mind?
Um, that I'm not good enough.
When that thought showed up, what did it say about you as a person?
Maybe I'm failing, and that I should be doing more by now than where I'm at.
And if that were true, what would that mean about where you are in life right now?
That I'm behind, um, compared to everybody else, and it just feels like I'm overall just stuck.
When you tell yourself you're behind, what feelings come up the strongest in that moment?
Shame, mostly, and frustration.
So it sounds like it went from I didn't get the job to I'm falling behind to feeling like you're failing, and that brings up a lot of shame. I'm wondering if that thought might be hitting harder than the situation itself,
Mm-hmm.
like you're being a lot tougher on yourself than you would be on someone else in that same position.
Yeah, I mean, everything you said is pretty much valid.
I also want to check in on how this has been affecting you physically. How has your sleep been lately?
I don't even realize I already slept. Not great.
What about your appetite or energy during the day?
I don't even feel like eating. It just feels like a chore. It has been good either.
That makes sense. When stress builds up like this, it can affect your mind and your body. What emotions have been coming up the most for you?
Frustration, anger, and then just how do I say, just overall just feeling stuck.
So feeling stuck, frustrated, and overwhelmed. Got it.
Yeah.
How has this been affecting your day to day?
Overwhelmed. It's just I've been keeping to myself and been isolating myself as well and everything. Not really doing much.
So you've been isolating more and pulling back from things. Okay.
Yeah.
Something important to know is that a lot of veterans experience this kind of stress during the transition to civilian life. Research shows that around 30 to 40% of veterans report symptoms of depression, anxiety, or significant stress after leaving the military, especially when adjusting to things like employment, routine, and identity. So feeling overwhelmed, frustrated, and stuck like you described, those are actually very common reactions during this transition.
Mm-hmm.
Before we keep going, I want to check in with you. How are you feeling hearing that?
Honestly, I feel kind of relieved knowing that I'm not the only one that's going through it.
That makes a lot of sense, what you're feeling, being overwhelmed, frustrated, and stuck. It's a very real and understandable response to everything you've been going through. And at the same time, the fact that you're talking about it, reflecting on it, trying to make sense of it shows a lot of strength and awareness. Would it be okay if we look at some ways to start working through this together? Maybe starting with that thought, I'm not good enough?
Yeah.
Okay, what evidence makes that thought feel true?
I didn't get the job and I'm still living with my sister. And it's a little bit embarrassing, but yeah. And I just feel like I'm not getting anywhere.
Okay, there's nothing to be embarrassed about living with your sister. What evidence points to something different?
I mean, I served for 5 years and I got through a lot during that time. So, yeah.
And what does that say about you?
That I can handle pressure and I've gotten through very hard times during the time I served.
So instead of I'm not good enough, could it be something like I'm in a tough transition right now, but I'm handled different situations before?
Yeah, that feels very much pretty accurate.
What are you already doing, or what have you done before that helps when things feel overwhelming?
I usually go to the gym and I usually talk to my friend from my old unit.
Those are both really strong coping tools. Physical release and support from someone who understands your experience. Would it be okay if we came up with a small plan for this week together?
Yeah, I don't mind, yeah.
So what feels like a realistic place to start?
I'll say probably getting back to the gym. Yeah.
And how many times this week feels doable?
Maybe I'll say probably like twice a week. I can try. It feels doable. Once or twice a week.
Yeah. So which feels more realistic right now?
I'll say I can take maybe I would say once a week to start off.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you go, about how long would you stay for?
For like 30 minutes minimum.
You also mentioned your friend. Would you want to include reaching out to him as part of your plan?
Ooh, you haven't talked to him for a while, so I don't mind reaching out.
Yeah. And what about looking into one support resource, something like Military One Source or VA Career Support? Would that feel manageable or too much for this week?
I could at least look at it.
Yeah. All right, so the plan we came up for is as follows. This week, you'll go to the gym once for about half an hour, reach out to your friend at least once, and spend about 15 minutes looking into a veteran support resource. Does that feel realistic to you?
Yeah, that pretty much feels doable. Not too hard.
What might get in the way of this plan?
What might get in the way of the plan? Easy question, actually. It's just I'll say probably not feeling motivated to do it. It's kind of what's keeping me back.
That makes sense. What do you think would help follow through even on a low motivation day?
Maybe just telling myself that I have to go for it just a little bit, and plus 30 minutes max at my minimum, so I can try to start like that, start small.
That sounds like a really strong strategy. I also want to make sure you have support outside of just this space. I want to reiterate the 2 resources that I think could really support you. The first one being Military OneSource. It's something you can access pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
You can go online at militarysource.mil or call 800-342-9647. The offer is free. They offer free confidential support, including career counseling and help with adjusting to civilian life. You can even set up the virtual appointment so you don't have to go anywhere in person. And the second one being the VA Transition Assistance Program, and you can access them through the VA website or your local VA office if there's one near you. They help with things like job searching, resume building, and navigating that shift from military structure to civilian life. If you're already connected to the VA, it might be something you can ask about at your next visit. A lot of veterans don't realize that these are available to them. So I want to make sure you're not trying to handle this alone. But before we finish, I want to check in again. How are you feeling right now compared to when you came in?
A little bit lighter. I mean, I still stressed, but not overwhelmed, you say.
Well, I'm really glad to hear that. If those thoughts about not wanting to be here start to grow stronger again, who would you reach out to first?
My friend.
That sounds like a strong plan. So if things start building up, the plan is to reach out to him instead of holding it in. And if it feels bigger than that, we also use the Veteran Crisis Line, which I have right here as well, which is 988 press 1, and is available 24/7, so it's always there for you.
Okay. I'll keep it in mind.
Great. I really appreciate how open you were today, Marcus. The steps you're taking right now show real strength.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I'll probably get the information you offered, and thank you so much for the insight.
Of course, I'm really glad you shared this today.
All right. Thank you.